Hello there and welcome. I'm Ole Brøgger, and if you're new here, I really hope I'll earn your subscription today. In this video, I will talk about maps. In the old times, I just hand drew maps and it worked pretty well. Today, I'm building terrain and everything is going digital. The terrain I build is usually for engagement with battles or NPCs, but we also need maps. Maps are used to tell stories about the world where the game takes place, or it could be battle maps that will visualize the environment where the players are in. The inspiration of this video is actually caused by one of my viewers who recently commented on my tabletop gaming table. In the intro of that video, there was a hand-drawn map I used here 3.5 years ago when I made the first tabletop TV. His name is Connor Engström. He was actually the creator of that map, and it was quite a coincidence because I just made a regular Google search looking for a hand-drawn map, and I thought this looked awesome and used it in my intro. At the time, I actually didn't know who created this map, so a great shout out to Connor Engström for revealing himself as the creator of this map. Connor is actually also a content creator here on YouTube. He makes music and it sounds great. I will leave a link in the description below. And one last thing, I'm not sponsored or anything in this video. I will show you how I use some different kinds of software and things I bought online. So why don't we get started? I use 3 types of maps in my game. I have world maps, location maps, and battle maps. This is the world of Nadir. It's where the balance between nations and races were equal. Trading of resources were growing between nations, and peace were resting over the lands. But in the kingdom of Terran, the King Jonas Terran III has declared war against all magic and banished all spellcasters from his lands because he lost his oldest son, Laszlo Terran, in a magic incident in the lands of the south. The king blames magic for his son's death. But no one really knew what exactly happened to his son. All he knew was there was an incident in the city of Landir, where his son disappeared in a mysterious explosion while negotiating a new contract of trading with nations of Skal Kondur. All he knew was there was an explosion and it was caused by magic. Skal Kondur is populated by mostly dragonborns, and many people practice magic here, and King Jonas hates it. He started a campaign against the people of Landir and built a large fleet of ships to carry troops and make an invasion of the land to the south. But our story takes place in another part of this world, between the 2 bridges, Talha Bridge and Kalhan Bridge, where our hero finds himself in a caravan of refugees from King Till. They are on their way to the city of Easting. This is how I tell the story from a world map, to give my players an idea of what world they are in and what to expect. This was a short story of the world of Nadir, but there's a lot of more of this to come in the future. But let's have a look at the location map, Easting. Easting is the home to several human horse breeders who's trading with communities along the path to Kingtail. But the biggest income for Easting is the dwarves mining of gold and iron from the mountains near the town. The small town has a large human and dwarven population, and it has become a meeting place for dwarves from Nil Khaldun. A few elves from the north in Nordrassil also settled in the town, trying to make a business and creating trade routes through the enchanted forest ruled by the Fae in Nordrassil Forest. But they had little success because the forest is enchanted. Eastring is one of the few towns in the realm of Nadir where elves and dwarves live in peace and have mutual respect among each other. Food production and clothing is low and needs to be traded along the Kingtail Trail. Huge trading caravans are going back and forth from the Kingtail capital. But protection of the caravans are not good. Soldiers from the Kingtail army have been recalled since the war broke out with the people to the south. Only a few hired hands are now protecting the caravans from robbers and trolls, goblins that rules the lands between the two bridges, Talha Bridge and Callahan Bridge. And this is where our adventure begins. Our heroes are amongst the hired hands in the caravan, and they are arriving to the town of Easting. I also made an overlay with numbers where I have a reference list with descriptions of each location in the town behind my DM screen. The players will only get the location revealed as they explore the town and talk to NPCs. These maps are generated with the online map generator Inkarnate. It is free to use, and you can explore the free version with the basic tools and make some pretty decent maps. You can also pay a tiny fee and get the full version where all objects will be available, including all maps that other creators have made. This battle map took me less than 10 minutes to generate. Inkarnate is very easy to use. You have some simple objects. You can just paint stuff on the map. You can put some trees, and it will randomize between 6 different kinds of objects, sometimes even 9. And this will give a very good variation when you're planting trees. I just love drawing maps and make my own stuff, but sometimes I don't have the time. And recently I found a shortcut. I bought the Ultimate Maps bundle from RPG Tabletops. It offers 10,000 maps and they are very varied and has a very beautiful design. There's a lot of details and I can always find a map that will suit my setup. But how to project all these maps to the players? If you're playing online, you can use like Roll20 where you can upload your own maps. You can use the new beta version on D&D Beyond. But for real life playing, I use my tabletop TV or my recently built tabletop gaming table with the vault and built-in screen. For this, I use Infinite Realms, and I made a review of them in their early beta, and this is an awesome tool to project maps. You can make Fog of War, and then you can project it from your master screen to the display for the players. You can also add sound scenes, lightning effects, and weather effects. This is how I work with digital maps. Still, and most of all, I love building terrain. And I'm more than happy to build a terrain piece, even for a small scenario. But sometimes a drawn map is the way to go, either if it's drawn by hand or made of bits and bytes. It's hard for me to cover everything in this video, but I hope this will give you an idea of how to present maps for your players. I will put links in the description below for all the software and maps I use. And if you liked this video, please subscribe, or if you think I missed something, leave a comment below. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye for now.